Hello, welcome to Pride of Sunderland Fan TV. Ali here, bringing you my match review of the game at Selhurst Park between Crystal Palace and Arsenal, which of course finished 2-0 to the Gunners in a frustrating night for Palace, where it just didn't quite drop for us. A game of two halves, really, if I could use that cliche. In the first half, Arsenal really came out in the first 20 minutes and showed us really what their fans have been saying they've been doing in pre-season. They pressed really intensely. We didn't really get a foothold into the game until towards the end of the first half. And fair play to Arsenal. You know, they did do very, very well in that first half and made things and life difficult for us. We did get a chance towards the end of the first half to creep back into the game with Edouard. I've been a big advocate of Edouard coming in. And to be fair to him, he made a good attempt at the chance, but it was a good save from Ramsdale. But there wasn't really much for us to go off in that first half. It was really Arsenal's first half. They deserved to go in the lead, really. Come out the second half and it was a different story. They sat back a bit more. We came at them. Eze and Saha started to get in their groove. Ty on Arsenal Fan TV saying that Ben White had Saha in his pocket. I have to disagree with that. I think Saha had Ben White at least 5 times in that second half. And really, if we'd had someone in on the end of of a cross or something, and someone in the box, perhaps we could have got a goal and there would have been a different story. But have to give credit to the Arsenal defenders, Saliba and Gabriel. They were absolutely outstanding today. Both of them, I thought. A lot of people talking about Saliba, but Gabriel as well, I thought had a really good game for them. And you know, the big moment of the game obviously came with Eze's chance. It was a fantastic through ball, by the way, by Wolf. Beautiful through ball, not being talked about that much because of the gilt-edged chance there it was, and you just needed Eze really to think it, but he didn't, and we missed it. And at that moment, turned around to the person next to me and was like, "That's the moment," and it felt like it was gone. And then obviously Arsenal, in and around the 80th minute, got the deflected goal from Gahey, and that was that 2-0. In terms of the usual features that I do, Vieira's rating, I'm going to give Vieira a 7 today. I don't think he did too much wrong. He actually picked the team that I picked in my review, so I can't really question Vieira about anything. There were two big calls there. For Edouard came in, it wasn't really the game to judge him on, I don't think, particularly the way that Arsenal came out and pressed so high up the pitch. I thought it was short change for Edouard today. Not really his game. He didn't really get as much space. When he did have that chance, and then he had another one, but I feel like it would be harsh to judge him on that game. Mateta came on, and I thought that was a good sub at that time by Vieira. Mateta brought a different kind of energy, but again, it just didn't quite come off. And that phrase, "it didn't quite come off," is kind of sums up our game, really. It just was one of those nights for us. The referee, I just there were. I mean, I don't think there were any big decisions he got wrong actually, but it just seemed like a lot of the small decisions were going Arsenal's way. Not a big fan of the referee tonight, but you know, we can't. I'm not blaming the result on the referee. You know, and I think you have to hold your hands up and sort of say tonight it was Arsenal's night. They've definitely improved from last season. But having said that, it's frustrating because I felt like we should have got something from the game. And Eze's chance in particular is one that we will reflect upon. The other big call for Vieira tonight was Klein or Ward. I thought Klein had a really good game, actually. I thought he was very efficient in what he did. The only thing I would say tonight, and a real cause, I think there is cause for optimism because I don't think it was that bad tonight at all. But the only thing that I would sort of say today is I think if we'd had Elise, I don't think we'd lose that game. If we had Michael Elise, I think we get the goal that we needed tonight. But let's reflect on the goals that we did concede, and it's just unbelievably frustrating to concede another set piece goal. And just it was so naive in terms of the defending, but it was the lack of reaction. It was a very good run from Shevchenko, and it was a very good header, and obviously at that point it becomes a bit of a scramble, but our players were like 5 seconds behind the Arsenal players in reacting, and it was really poor. And 16 goals last season conceded from set pieces, hoping that we would buck that trend tonight, and we within minutes there we were again, same situation. I do worry that with Kiate's absence we could be even worse at defending set pieces. Now Kiate's gone because he was one of the players who, added a bit of height and organisation in there. And listen, I thought Joachim Andersen had a really good game tonight. He was superb and he's getting a lot of accolades compared to Ronald Koeman by Jamie Carragher tonight. But listen, when I start thinking about my man of the match, a lot of people saying from the Palace point of view, Joachim Andersen, but one of the defenders has to take responsibility for this and organise the defence. And that was not an organised defence on that first set piece. The reaction was poor. They pulled out a little bit of a manoeuvre, as I said, with Zinchenko, but someone's got to organise it. Someone's got to lead. Someone's got to be, shouting instructions and bossing it. And that's my only criticism about what is, in my opinion, arguably the best defensive partnership in my history of supporting Crystal Palace in Gahey and Anderson. But I just feel like not one of them's commanding enough in those situations, or none of the team is commanding enough in those situations. As it keeps proving with the amount of goals that we concede at set pieces, it was a poor goal to concede that. And if you think about it tonight, as well as you say, Arsenal played in those first 20 minutes, and Arsenal fans tonight are, heralding their performance. We've lost tonight in what wasn't really our best display to a set piece goal and an own goal. And that's frustrating. But you got to move on. It was a great atmosphere. The display by the Fanatics was brilliant. Don't know what was going on in the Arsenal end. I looked over at one point and the atmosphere over there felt a little bit like what I'd imagine one of the Boris Johnson's 10 Downing Street parties to be like, but when Boris is out of office and Liz Truss is the Prime Minister. But, it was Arsenal's night. We've got to give credit to Arsenal. They played very well. In terms of my overall man of the match, as I said, Joachim Andersen and Nathaniel Klein probably the picks for me for Crystal Palace. But I'm going to give it to both Arsenal centre-backs. I'm going to be sporting here and say, a lot of people talking about Saliba, and rightly so, but I thought Gabriel had a very good game as well. Not our night tonight then, and we've got to dust ourselves off. We've got Liverpool next Monday night on the Monday Night Football. So an easy one to follow. As always, let me know, by the way, in the comments what you think tonight. What did you think about another set-piece goal? Did you agree with the team selection? For me, it was fine. What did you think of the substitutions? I know Luca came on, but we don't know what's quite going on with the fitness and things like that at the moment. So for me, I don't think Vieira did too much wrong. It just wasn't our night really tonight, and it was Arsenal's, and they're off. They've got their revenge for last season, but we'll see them at the Emirates. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Who was your man of the match? What would you give Vieira as a rating? Benteke's gone. Do we need a new striker? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you like this video, press that subscribe button.